Okay, this is a demonstration video of how I boot trace a game on an Apple II. This happens to be an Apple IIe, and I'm booted into DOS. And the game I'm going to trace out is Gemstone Healer, which I've already developed a crack for. But this is what I do. I have a debugger I've written. I have several versions of it. It's called the Analyst, and for this, this has a feature where I can relocate it to where I need it to be. And in this case, I'll tell it to relocate down to 4000 with 4000R command. Now you can see it shows an origin of 4000. And ampersand is exit to DOS, which I do to be able to run my boot trace. Which gives some brief instructions. Basically, I have to go back to Analyst and then execute stage boot 1 with 9600 go, and then stage 2 boot with 9700 go. So ampersand will take me back into Analyst. It's hard to do this and hold this phone at the same time. Now I'll switch and put in my game disk. And 9600. Executes first stage of boot, and it reports that it doesn't know the second stage boot. It's unrecognized, so it says unknown boot. Otherwise it would have gone ahead and executed it, but now I have to manually run it at 801. And I'm trying to, okay, so then I've already found, if I give it a 846 and left caret 9700 go, it will execute the next stage of the boot and then break at 846. The breakpoints automatically return me to Analyst, and in this case the drive is still running. And I've already traced this out ahead of time, so I'll just put some of the addresses in here. Anytime I press I, it gives me values of the internal registers, and there you can see the next stage to execute is B700. Let's see. And our next breakpoint will be B65D. Go. So now it'll execute the next stage and break out at B65D. Now it loads quite a bit of the game, and here we are back again. Now the drive has shut off and we're almost to the game menu. We'll see where our eye reveals our next stage. It says jump 800, so now we're back to executing at 800 again. And it'll bring us to B5E. $800 go. I've already examined this code a lot to figure out where each point that I need to end up at. Drive came on, it's loading some more code. And there we stopped again. Now B5E is going to execute the next phase at address 6000. And address in this area, if we go like you can see in here that some EOR decoding is being done at the keyboard input buffer, and then it jumps to 200. So we'll set our next breakpoint at 61FF. Let's get out of this. 61FF. And then execute at 6000. And this will bring us to the copy protection routine. Now, our registers tell us that we are ready to execute at 200. So we'll take a peek at 200. And where's it at? Down a ways here. Okay, here it's starting to look for an address header, D5AA96. Following that will be the volume number, track, and sector. They are pairs that are encoded in what's called 4x4. And to decode those, they read a byte, shift left, temporarily save it, read the next byte, and it with the previous one that's been shifted, and you end up with the number of volume, track, sector, and it repeats this. Here's the counter. So it'll do it 3 times, 2, 1, 0. It'll do it 3 times, and which means it's going to come to the sector number right here, and it's looking for sector number 7. This instruction here was normally BEQ 27B. In my hack, I changed it to BNE because you can never, it looks like, it appears that the tracks have to line up. One track to the next has to be in alignment to always be able to find sector 7, because it checks tracks 2 to 17. It scans the disk looking for that pattern. If one of them fails, then it loads X with a negative number later on that gets tested. And so then it borks it up further down the line, so you can't actually create a data disk or anything. So this was the point I got to and pondered for quite a while, and came up with this fix. So then from here you'd look for these byte patterns on the disk with a sector editor and change that 1 byte, but you also have to EOR it with 4C before you put it in, because of the decoding loop it had gone through. So this is Game Cracking 101.